Justice Byabakama all of a sudden has went AWOL. The former chairman, should I say, the gentleman who was in charge of the Electoral Commission, should I say maybe now he's the former chairman, maybe he is the chairman, we don't know what is happening. But all of a sudden, the gentleman is lost out of the limelight. Ever since we started this electoral process, he was all over the news, speaking this, speaking that, doing every sorts of things. But now, the gentleman is nowhere to be seen. They claim that the guy has gone for leave. The Electoral Commission chairman, he has gone for leave. Afterward, all of a sudden, he is on leave now. Now, we all remember very well, after putting a lot of pressure on the gentleman to justify the results that he released, he said that he will release a report to show what, how he came about with the figures that he came about with in the January 14th election. So Byabakama and his friends, they concocted results, and then they gave us a cocktail of their mixture, and they thought that Ugandans would just take it in. When Ugandans asked for granular data, they could not provide it, but they came out with a bit of, results that showed Museveni having 100% in different constituencies, that showed results whereby Bobiwine's votes were given to a gentleman known as Katumba in Bobiwine's stronghold areas and things of that sort. Now, when they released that results, Byabakama's signature was not on. So people were like, how come that the deputy Electoral Commission chairperson is the one signing on those results and not Byabakama? Where is Byabakama's signature? So this is what happened. It caused a big row on social media that the so-called Electoral Commission chairman has not signed on the results. Why? All of a sudden, we were asking. Now, the paper known as the New Vision, which is Uganda's, Museveni's other propaganda wing, they came out to clarify on the matter. And this is what they said. Electoral Commission clarifies on Justice Byabakama's stay away from office. They said, Ajat Aisha Lubega has taken over as the acting chairperson of the Electoral Commission after Justice Simon Byabakama took leave of absence from the post. This is what they said, quote, she is now seated in the office. There is no instrument, but she is acting as EC Commissioner. She is acting as such. EC Commissioner Stephen Tashobya, an advocate, told New Vision. Tashobya was explaining why Aisha Lubega had signed a notice of the publication of the 2021 presidential general election results dated February the 1st as acting chairperson of the body. Her signature on such a serious document prompted speculation on social media, with many wondering what could have prompted Byabakama to skip the signing. Tashobya said Aisha, the former headmistress of Nabisunsa Girls Secondary School, would be acting chairperson as long as the chairman is not in. The Uganda Gazette is the official government publication in which all official communication, including notices, appointments, declarations, contracts, and legislations are published. So the EC chairperson, Paul Bukenya, said Byabakama had accumulated leave and so took some days off after the election period. Quote, after the election period, it is, I think, in order to take some days off, but he is around. When we filed our response on the election petition filed by Kyagulanyi, we consulted him, the spokesperson said. Bukenya, however, said he did not see what the fuss was about. Quote, I'm going to take some days off. I think it is part of the normal organization human rights practices. He is also going to take some days off. That is according to the speaker, to the spokesperson of the Electoral Commission. Now, taking leave is part of any organization or part of any company. That's not the problem. The problem is, why take leave before signing sensitive documents or before signing off things that are very sensitive that you presided over? If Byabakama was very confident that he held a free and fair election, an election that Uganda has never seen, as they claim that it was the fairest, I think it would be in the interest of Byabakama to have his signature against an election that he presumes to be one of the fairest in the country. And an election he presumes that it was a job well done for the state, for the country. But he says no, okay, because Byabakama said and defended Museveni that, yeah, we did a good job, there was no violence, everything was so good. But then I won't sign on the documents. Really? That is what the Electoral Commission chairman did. He said that he did a very, very good job. And we all know Byabakama is a very ambitious guy. Justice is a very ambitious gentleman. But all of a sudden he said, yeah, I know, but, I did a good job, but I won't put my signature on. Let my second in command sign against the results. This lady has been very quiet, the so-called Aisha Lubega. She hasn't been seen anywhere in the entire electoral process, with the exception of just seeing her seated beside Byabakama. She has never said a word ever since this thing has started, and I don't know why she's even being paid. Maybe she was paid for that moment to sign on documents that Byabakama could not sign on. Why has Byabakama bolted when we needed him the most, when we needed his signature the most? We know, number one, he is a judge. And he knows very well, because being a lawyer, he knows having his signature on these documents, maybe he's trying to cover his tracks in the future. That is what he's trying to do. He's trying to cover his tracks. Secondly, maybe he is not sure that he really did a good job. And maybe he is under a lot of pressure. And this is one way of him communicating to guys that, look here, the elections were not free and fair, and so I won't sign on them. But this is my way of speaking in tongues for you to read the signs. Because we all understand, whenever he was releasing the partial results that were coming up, at one point the gentleman read results that himself, he saw that, no, this is way too much. He even had to call one of his counterparts and ask, is this real? How can you give me such results to read? Is this real? And then the SFC handler had to go back and change a few things. Byabakama must have been crying out to us, please help me. I'm being held. There is nothing I can do, but I will show you signs. And Byabakama has truly showed the signs. That, number one, these people forced him to read results that were not true. Number two, he absconded from signing on these documents, claiming that he had gone for leave. But later, when the Kyagulanyi NUP filed a petition, right, this is what happened. They called him while the gentleman is in leave. So they called Byabakama and asked, hey, Mr. Byabakama, Honorable Kyagulanyi has filed a petition. Could you please give us some guidance while he is on leave? So there, he managed to give guidance. Okay? Now, when they wanted him to sign the documents, he could not sign, but he could give guidance on the petition. Where is Byabakama? What is he doing, the former Electoral Commission chairman? What is he trying to tell us? Has he already run out of the country or what? You could not spend a week without seeing Byabakama in the news. But all of a sudden, he has vanished. I told one of my friends that, look here, I think Byabakama's job is done. And he is one of those very first Electoral Commission chairmen that are going to serve just for one term. Because of the way he has actually handled the election. Like, his job was simple, but he ended up exposing the entire Electoral Commission. Number one, not being able to read results that were put before him. They gave him numbers to read, he couldn't read. He had to ask twice. Number two, they asked him to compute or to justify the results that he gave the Ugandans in terms of percentages when he was announcing those partial results. He came up with results that statistically impossible. I have 100% from 7 in different areas. When Byabakama saw that it was too much, that he could not defend such kind of things, so he decided to bolt. He's like, guys, there is no way I'm going to defend these statistics. I mean, this data, there's no way I can defend it. Look here, I only did law. At university, I did law. I'm not a mathematician. There's no way I can, defend such kind of results. I won't even sign on them. We just hope that Byabakama is not under house arrest. We hope that he is fine. And maybe he has written something somewhere indicating to us that really, guys, the election was not free and fair. But Byabakama, it is simple. Do the right thing. Your word will mean a lot for this country. Your word will put the world at ease, the entire world and the entire country at ease. Tell the truth. The truth will set you free. Even if you run, even if you abscond from signing these documents, that's not what is the right thing. The right thing, speak the truth and say that, guys, the elections were not free and fair. The results that I was reading, these are not results that were conducted by the Electoral Commission. And tell the world the truth. And trust me, Mr. Byabakama, when you do that, everything that is lingering around the heads of Ugandans, the so-called abductions and things that are happening, bang, it will be done. Because we know you were in the middle of this entire operation. And now maybe you are having some sort of guilty conscience that is coming to you. And now you're telling us that you cannot sign these documents, you cannot appear on the press conferences anymore, that you are very stressed that you have gone for a leave. Really, if someone did a very good job, how could you tell me that they are stressed and they had to go for a leave when the job is not even yet done? Stress can only come if at all things are not going well. Stress doesn't come because they say that he was very tired and stressed. That's why he had to go for leave. Leave is part of any organization, we do understand. But the circumstances under which a person goes for leave and absconds from signing sensitive documents, but he is willing to give advice on an election petition, is really, really, really surprising. And it is something we should pay attention to. So, ladies and gentlemen, pray for the Electoral Commission chairman, because it looks like things are not very good for him. And maybe he's likely to drop a bombshell and maybe give us that smoking gun that we have a lot of smoking guns, but we have, we want like a smoking gun from the Electoral Commission chairman would really be a machine gun smoking gun. I mean, that would be very, very good. So let us pray for him. And Byabakama, if you are ready to speak the truth, the people of Uganda and the entire world will stand up, protect you, and stand with you. So guys, that is the update that is happening in Uganda now. The Electoral Commission chairman who presided over the elections is nowhere to be seen. He's lost all of a sudden. He has vanished. And he absconded from signing on the results that were given to the public or that went into the Uganda Gazette. Thank you very much for listening.